Rey Mysterio, Penta and Rey Fenix vs Dominik Mysterio, Cara and Kalisto. February 13, 2026. WWE just gave us the most insane Lucha Libre war we've seen in years, and if you're not talking about what happened in the six-man tag team match, you missed witnessing history. Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Rey Fenix going head-to-head with Dominik Mysterio, Cara, and Kalisto wasn't just a match, it was a statement about the past, present, and future of Lucha Libre in WWE, and the way it ended has people absolutely divided. This wasn't your typical WWE match with rest holds and predictable spots. This was pure, chaotic, high-flying madness that pushed every single one of these men to their absolute limit. Drop a comment right now, Team Rey Mysterio or Team Dominik? Because after what we just witnessed, you have to pick a side. This match changed everything we thought we knew about where WWE is taking this family feud and the Lucha Libre division as a whole. Let me set this up for you because the build to this match has been months in the making. Rey Mysterio, the living legend, the greatest lookator in WWE history, watching his son Dominik continue to disrespect everything the Mysterio name stands for. But it's not just about family anymore. Dominik aligned himself with Cara and Kalisto, two men who have their own complicated history with Rey, and positioned themselves as the new generation of Lucha Libre that doesn't need to bow down to the old guard. Then WWE brings in Penta and Rey Fenix, the Lucha Brothers, fresh from AEW, and the wrestling world exploded. These aren't just any wrestlers. These are two of the most innovative, death-defying, absolutely insane luchadors on the planet. Pairing them with Rey Mysterio created a dream team that fans have been fantasy booking for years. 3 generations of lucha excellence on the same team. The symbolism alone was enough to give you goosebumps. But here's where it gets controversial, and this is what has the wrestling community in an absolute frenzy right now. Dominik's team won. Let that sink in. Dominik Mysterio, Cara, and Kalisto defeated Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Rey Fenix. The disrespectful son and his crew just beat the absolute dream team of Lucha Libre, and depending on where you stand, this is either the most brilliant piece of storytelling WWE has done in years or the most disrespectful burial of Lucha Libre legends we've ever witnessed. Let's talk about the match itself, because this was not your standard WWE six-man tag. From the opening bell, it was absolute chaos. Penta starting things off with his signature Ciro Miedo taunt, staring across the ring at Dominik, who just smirked with that cocky arrogance he's perfected over the past few years. The crowd was molten. You could feel the energy through the screen. Everyone knew we were about to witness something special. The first exchange was Fenix and Kalisto, and these two put on an absolute clinic of Lucha Libre wrestling. Hurricane Ranas, arm drags, springboards, everything was crisp, everything was smooth, everything was executed at a pace that made your head spin. Then Cara tagged in, and you could see he had something to prove. Cara's WWE run has been up and down, but in this match, he was working like his career depended on it. The springboard moonsault to the outside that took out both Penta and Fenix? That was the moment people remembered why WWE signed him in the first place. But then Rey Mysterio tagged in, and the building erupted. This is still Rey's house. This is still the man who revolutionized what it means to be a cruiserweight in WWE. And when he's in the ring with his son Dominik, the emotion is palpable. You're not just watching two wrestlers. You're watching a father who's heartbroken that his son chose this path, and a son who's determined to prove he's better than his legendary father. The psychology in those exchanges was incredible. Every move Rey attempted, Dominik had a counter for. Every time Rey went for the 619, Dominik knew it was coming and avoided it. This wasn't just about Dominik being good, this was about Dominik knowing Rey better than anyone else in the world. He grew up watching Rey's matches. He trained with Rey. He knows every tendency, every pattern, every tell. And WWE made sure to highlight that throughout the match. Here's where people are getting angry, and I want you to comment below if you feel the same way. The finish came when Dominik hit Rey with a modified version of Rey's own 619, followed by a frog splash, Eddie Guerrero's signature move, which Rey has used to honor Eddie for years. Dominik using both his father's move and Eddie's move to defeat Rey's team felt like the ultimate disrespect. And that's exactly what has people divided. One side says this is perfect storytelling. Dominik using the moves that represent Rey's legacy against him shows that Dominik has surpassed his father. He's not living in Rey's shadow anymore. He's taken everything Rey taught him and weaponized it. That's compelling villain work. That's how you build heat. That's how you create a moment that people will remember. The other side says this is WWE once again having the young guys beat the legends for no good reason other than shock value. Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Fenix, 3 of the greatest luchadors in wrestling history, should not be losing to Dominik, Cara, and Kalisto. Yes, Dominik has potential. Yes, the young guys need wins. But not like this. Not in a match that was supposed to celebrate Lucha Libre and instead felt like it was burying the people who made Lucha Libre what it is in WWE. Let's address the Penta and Fenix situation specifically because this is their first major WWE match and they lost. The Lucha Brothers came into WWE with massive expectations. These are the guys who had 5-star classics in AEW, who innovated new moves, who pushed the boundaries of what's possible in a wrestling ring. And WWE's booking decision was to have them lose in their showcase match? That's a choice, and it's not one that makes everyone happy. WWE defenders will say that Penta and Fenix looked incredible in defeat. They got their signature spots in. They showed why they're considered among the best in the world. And losing doesn't diminish their value, it's just one match. Future programs can build them back up. That's all true, but it also ignores the reality that first impressions matter. WWE had the chance to introduce the Lucha Brothers to their audience by having them win a huge match. Instead, they chose to prioritize Dominik's heat over the Lucha Brothers' credibility. Sin Cara and Kalisto's involvement in this match is another interesting layer. Both of these guys have had frustrating WWE careers. They've been underutilized, misbooked, and at times seemingly forgotten about. Putting them with Dominik gave them a purpose and a story, which is great for them. But it also raises questions: why are we building up Sin Cara and Kalisto now by having them beat Penta and Fenix? Where was this booking when they could have been built as stars years ago? The match had moments that people will be replaying for months. The sequence where all 6 men were in the ring at once, trading super kicks and pump kicks in rapid succession. The spot where Fenix hit a Canadian destroyer on Kalisto on the ring apron. Penta's brutal package piledriver on Sin Cara that had everyone thinking it was over. Ray's springboard Hurricane Rana on Dominik that nearly broke the internet. Every single one of these men left everything in that ring. But the aftermath is what's going to have long-term consequences. After the match, Dominik stood over his father and grabbed a microphone. He cut a promo that was scathing. He said Ray was a relic of the past holding on to glory that doesn't belong to him anymore. He said Penta and Fenix made a mistake coming to WWE thinking they'd be treated like stars when they're just Ray's backup dancers. He said the future of Lucha Libre runs through him and his generation, not the old guard who can't let go. Ray, selling exhaustion and disappointment, just stared at his son. No words. No rebuttal. Just a broken father watching his son disrespect everything he's built. And then Ray did something that has people talking. He extended his hand to Dominik. A peace offering. A chance for reconciliation. And Dominik? He spat at Ray's feet and walked away. That image, Ray's hand extended, Dominik walking away, is going to be replayed for years. It's powerful storytelling. It's emotional. It hurts to watch. But it also raises the question, what's the endgame here? How does this story resolve in a way that feels satisfying? If WWE's plan is to eventually have Ray and Dominik reconcile, they're doing an incredible job making that feel earned. The heat between them is real. The animosity is palpable. When they finally make peace, it'll mean something. But if the plan is just to have Dominik beat Ray repeatedly and there's never a satisfying payoff for Ray, then what's the point? Rey Mysterio is a legend who doesn't deserve to spend the final chapter of his career being his son's punching bag. Let's talk about what this match means for the future. Is WWE building toward a proper Lucha Libre division? Are we going to see more dream matches featuring these incredible athletes? Or was this just a one-off spectacle that WWE will forget about next week? The cynical part of me says WWE doesn't have a long-term plan. They saw an opportunity to create a viral moment and they took it. But I want to believe that this is the beginning of something bigger. Imagine a WWE where Penta and Fenix are regularly featured in high-profile matches, where Sin Cara and Kalisto are rebuilt as credible threats, where Dominik continues his rise as a top heel, where Ray gets the respect he deserves in his final years. That WWE sounds incredible. But we've been disappointed before when WWE sets up something promising and then abandons it. The real test is what happens next week. Do we get follow-up? Do these storylines continue to develop? Or does WWE move on to something else and pretend this match never happened? That's what will determine whether this was a historic moment or just another forgotten chapter. Here's what's frustrating a lot of longtime Lucha Libre fans: WWE has never fully committed to showcasing Lucha Libre the way it deserves. They've had incredible luchadors over the years: Ray, Eddie, Psicosis, Juventud, Chavo, Mysterio, Sin Cara, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, and now Penta and Fenix. But they've rarely built stories around them that truly respect the art form and the culture. This match was a chance to do that, and instead, it became about Dominik's character development. Don't get me wrong, Dominik's character work is excellent. He's one of the best heels in WWE right now. But did it have to come at the expense of the Lucha Brothers' debut? Did it have to result in Ray taking another loss to his son? Couldn't WWE have found a way to elevate everyone involved instead of creating winners and losers? The in-ring work was phenomenal. Every single person in that match delivered. The storytelling was compelling, the emotion was real, but the booking decision is questionable, and that's why people are angry. You can execute something perfectly and still make the wrong choice with who goes over. So here's what I need from you. Tell me in the comments if you think WWE made the right call having Dominik's team win. Tell me if you're excited about where this leads or if you're frustrated that the Legends took the loss. Tell me if you think Penta and Fenix will recover from this debut loss or if WWE just damaged them before they even got started. Like this video if you want to see more dream matches featuring these incredible luchadors. Share it if you think WWE needs to do better with their Lucha Libre division. Subscribe if you want me to continue covering every development in this story and holding WWE accountable for how they book these talents. This match was incredible to watch, but the aftermath leaves us with more questions than answers. Will WWE commit to building a proper Lucha Libre showcase? Will Dominik's reign of terror continue unchecked? Will Rey ever get his moment of redemption? Will Penta and Fenix get the respect they deserve? We don't know yet, and that uncertainty is both exciting and terrifying. What we do know is that 6 men just went to war and delivered a match that reminded everyone why Lucha Libre is one of the most exciting styles of wrestling on the planet. Now it's up to WWE to decide what they do with that momentum. Let's hope they don't waste it.